So as we continue with the angle bisector theorem, we want to start with number 7 instead of 6. These should have been switched around. So notice that they gave us this part and the entire side here. That means clearly that this side is in question, but we can figure that out. That's 39 minus 24, right, which is equal to 15. So if we know this is 15, now the angle bisector theorem makes sense, and we can go ahead and set this up and cross multiply if need be. But they said find the missing length. We found the missing length. Okay, that was just equal to 15. We're done. All right, so going back to number 6, we're still missing this length, but we know 36 minus 15, right, gives us 21. So this is 21. And now I can go through and set up my proportion and say, let's call this x. X over 21 equals 30 over 15. And by all means, we should always reduce if we can, once and twice. Now our cross products are just that much easier. X is equal to 42, and we're done. Number 8, again, find the missing length. So we're asking for not this length, but we need it. We're asking for this length, call it y. So we're going to find x, but then from there we got to find y. So again, 7 over 28 equals x over 20. We know that these go once and 4 times. That makes our arithmetic a little bit easier. 4x equals 20 divided by 4 divided by 4 gives us x is equal to 5. That's not our answer. That just tells us this length is 5. Y then is 7 plus 5, or y equals 12. Number 9 gives you a slightly different twist, but again, 24 minus 10 tells us that this is 14. But notice they didn't call that x, they called that 2x minus 5. They're asking for the missing length, not x. So we have to pay attention to what they're asking for and based on what they're given. So again, I would do this simply, just go 21 over 14. You can switch those if you want, but be consistent. 2x minus 5 over 10. I always try to simplify if I can. 7 goes into this twice, 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and distribute as I multiply. Right? 3 times 10 is 30. 2 times 2x minus 5 becomes 4x minus 10 plus 10 plus 10. 4x equals 40. Divide by 4 and we got x is equal to 10. They didn't ask us what x was. They asked us what this was. So 2 times 10 minus 5. 20 minus 5 is 15. The missing length here is 15. Let's write it so we can read it. All right. Wrong way. Okay, again, they gave us a challenge. We've got the angle bisector. You can tell that these got bisected. Okay, and they gave us the whole thing BC here to be 15. So we have to make a decision, and this is where things get a little ugly. This is x, right? If I know that that's x, then this side is going to be 15 minus x. So I don't necessarily need y. Okay, now they asked us to find y in the end. So that's okay. Now again, they gave us the 3 sides. They set us up here. I didn't read the question, but I sort of described it. So let's go ahead and set it up. 8 over x is equal to 12 over 15 minus x. Now clearly you guys, if you see things slightly differently, it might actually be easier to solve this by going 8 over 12 equals x over 15 minus x, because I can reduce this to 2/3. Okay, and I'll go ahead and work them both. So let's go back to the original one. We've got 12x here. We've got uh, 8 times 15. Um, 8 times 15 is 120 minus 8x. So if we add 8x plus 8x, I end up with 20x equals 120, or x equals 120 divided by 20, right? Or x equals 6. And remember, we got to find y also. And we know that y is equal to 15 minus 6, or y is equal to 9. Okay, now I told you I'd work it two different ways. Cross multiplying with smaller numbers, you tell me if this is easier. 3x equals, and I'm going to distribute as I go, 30 minus 2x plus 2x plus 2x. 5x equals 30. Divide by 5. X is equal to 6. Therefore, y is equal to 9, or 15 minus 6, which is 9. So depending on how you set these up, just don't mix up your proportion. Okay, I'm going to have you stop the video and work 11 and 12 yourself, and then I'll give you the answers. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to work these. Number 11, notice that you ended up with some pretty ugly numbers. If it doesn't ask you to round, don't round, leave it as a fraction. Um, that's why those are ugly. Number 12, you had to draw your own picture. They gave us these two sides. They told us the perimeter was 33. Um, if I know this was 11, that meant that 33 minus 11 was 22. So these two sides added up to 22. If this was x, then that's 22 minus x. So now I can set up my proportion, go through the process. I found x to be 10, and then I found the other side to be 12. Angle bisector theorem gives us nice proportion, a nice proportion. We showed that proof. But you must have the angle bisected in order for this to work.